Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today, unfortunately, it's not the Flying Scotsman. Obviously, probably most of you were expecting a video yesterday of the Flying Scotsman running, and it didn't come out. And quite simply, that's because it doesn't exist. Because Flying Scotsman needs a new part now. Because when I was trying to put it back together, it wasn't going back together quite well. So I put it over to place a volunteer at, and it just went downhill pretty quickly. A bit snapped off it and it can't be put back on, so I need to buy a new bit. So that's fun. So when I eventually get around to buying that bit, if possible to buy, basically meaning if I can actually get it, then obviously I'll put it back on this channel and we'll get part 4 at some point. But for now, that series is suspended. However, I still need to film a video. So what I've decided to do is continue on the general series of checking engines. So I've just turned the controller onto this track here. As you can see, it's wired in, and as you can see in the background, there is a box of engines. This box is in a state in itself, so I need to repair that off camera at some point. But first we will start with my lovely blue engine here. Obviously all these engines have been on the channel at some point, I would hope. So we'll just put it on the track. It's going to be quite noisy, so if you're struggling to hear me, I'm very sorry, but it's running trains. That's how these things work sometimes. Right, so I'm just going to make sure this track is straight, because some of it doesn't clip together quite right. I'm not sure why. So I'll just level this up against here. Level this nice. I'm trying to level it, but it's not working that great. It's just ideal, to be honest. Anyway, it's about as level and straight as I can get that track. It's not exactly the straightest. So as you can see, it's running pretty nicely now. So that runs pretty nice. So I'm happy with that engine. That will go in that side of the box to say that it's passed, and then the engine that fails will go over this side over here to say that it's failed and needs repair. I'm hoping only 1 or 2 has to go over there, because I like 0, but there's going to be stuff. Oh, well, that just rammed itself into the wall. So that's running quite nicely. So I'm happy with that passing. So that will pass pretty nicely. This one, obviously, don't know whether it's supposed to be screwed down. I'm presuming it is. I quite simply don't have the screws for it, so that's a fun proposition. Luckily this engine shouldn't need any repair, besides obviously a bit of hair and stuff being pulled out of the wheels, but that's beyond that. I'm going to put the camera down for a second while I put this on the rail, because it requires so much intricate work to get it on. Okay, and I'm back. Also, the tender off my Flying Scotsman might be coupled up to this soon. Obviously it'll be running temporarily with that, and sometimes it will, sometimes it won't have it, because this is DCC Theatre's engine, which is supposed to take the cap off here. You can see a bunch of extra wires here, and that's DCC chip on there, and there should be one, I'm trying to find it, where is it again? Yeah, there's DCC chip on just down here, and just down at the bottom there, so that gives it DCC capability. I think sound capability as well, but we'll find that out on a future date. Obviously not today, just checking it's on the rails properly, which it is, which is good. Okay, so I'm now going to turn the power on. Power is not on because it has shorted, which isn't ideal, so I'm going to put the camera down again. I'm going to sort the power out. I'll be back once I get power returned. Right, well, turns out power doesn't want to return. So that's interesting. I know this engine works because I tested it. I think I know what the issue is. Maybe I should not be running a DCC engine on DC. I amaze myself sometimes. I really do. Right, let me get a flathead screwdriver and remove that. No, because if I remove that, it's going to just kill the entire... Let's just say this engine works. Let's just not deal with all the hassle of trying to make it run. Let's just say that it works and move on. So let's put that over here. And then I'm going to put them all back in the box now, and I'll be back once they are neatly placed back in the box. Right, they're away and out of shot. Next engine for testing in today's video is my Saunders Oil Company Limited number 3 shunter. So we will put this on the track, we'll give it a little test, see if it works, and if it does work we'll clear it, and then we'll move on to the next engines until we've gone through all of my engines and check that they all work ahead of this Sunday. Not that they're going to run this Sunday, but they'll run the Sunday after or somewhere at some point in the future. Because there will be a day that I will advertise on this channel where all of my engines will probably be running to some degree or something or other like that. Obviously, if any of you are super interested in trains and are in the Walthamstow area, which is in London, please do come down to the Walthamstow Pump House Museum. I'm there most Sundays, especially in the afternoons. Normally that's from like 1 or 2. We close at 4. Last entry is normally about 3:30. So if you want to come down, please do. Might not be there this Sunday. Don't know, we'll see. I want to be there for the afternoon. But if anyone lives in the Chingford area, obviously I don't volunteer at this place. I'm just going simply for, to try and get to know a few people for a future project that I will be probably partaking in. We're just building a few connections and just making sure we know some people in case we need them, or just trying to have some fun realistically. Like if you say go on a ride on train that you can ride on and go around the layout, I think we all would like to do it, all in the train world. So that's what we're doing. So that'll be me in the morning. Obviously if you're there, you can come down and probably meet me. I mean, I'll have other volunteers there, so obviously don't come out with massive phones trying to film everything. Especially people, because some people don't like to be filmed. So, yeah, just be respectful, obviously, as always. That includes if you come down to the pump house, do be respectful. But, with that being said, I've decided to go ahead and crack open my diesel with one hand, somehow. Don't know how I've done it, but I've managed to get so far. So far left to go. There you go. Get the instructions out of the way. Let's see if we can lift this diesel out of the way. Yeah, this could be a challenge. Right, remove that, because that'll give me some more room. It's really jammed in here. This is really difficult. For anyone wondering, yes, this is in real time. I'm going to put the camera down now and fix it. Right, that humming you can hear is the diesel having some power to it. Well, that was bound to happen at some point. The controller's got not full power, but close-ish full power. And as we can see, it's running like an absolute gem. Really nice running this. Really happy with that. That's a definitive pass, so I'm really happy with how that turned out on running on the track. So next will be Thomas. I don't think there's any other engines in. Yeah, there's none in there. And then it will get onto. I'm not going to obviously run my parcel engine because it is just so new, and I've run it pretty recently, so I know it works. But I'm going to go on to my order engines that I haven't run in quite a while and just sort of check them out and if any of them fail, then I can move them onto lists of needing to be repaired. And we'll see what needs to happen. So I'm going to put this lovely diesel away and probably get out my multiple car diesel DMU, but only one car from it, and test it. Right, so I've already had Thomas on for a little bit. Let's see if I can pop him back on again. You can hear him here. That sound is not supposed to happen. Now, obviously I'm going to bring it past the camera here, and I can smell it. It smells like he's running dry, which when basically there's no oil or anything on any of the gears, and yeah, the gears do feel absolutely bone dry. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to flip him over, obviously to the edge of the tray here, so he stays. I'm going to get my oil, which is already opened. Just need to pop this cap off. Now, when you get some oil, I'm going to try and do this on camera. This could go quite badly. And I'm going to try and put some very carefully on his gear here, because we do not want to get it on the wheels, because if it goes on the wheels, we are done. Like, that will be the engine out for months. So let's not get it on his wheels. So if any of you are into trying to oil your own engine, please, if you heed any of my advice ever, please heed this one advice, which is do not get it on your train's driving wheel. You will never get it off. Oh yeah, also a bit of blue tack at the front to hold the front coupling on. That's just what happens in railways, I guess. So obviously when I'm about to tip it up here, I want to very quickly turn it straight up. And also you don't want to get it on your track either. So you want to put them very carefully on the track here. I'm just going to let him run it in a little bit. So we're just letting the oil run through here. So we just want them to run a little bit through here till all the oil gets up all over the gears. There you go, I can feel it now. That looks a lot better. Obviously I'll oil it again off camera. Like I'll take his body off and actually get right up into the gears and actually probably start oiling him. But yeah, that's Thomas passed, so I'm just going to stop, get my next engine, get back on, do it, and that might be the last engine of this video because I'm running out of space on my phone to film. So that might be the last video, or the last train of the video is the next one, which will be the green DMU. I don't think there's many after that anyway, besides like my Midland Pullman. What is there left? Well, that's knock. So that's, I'm trying to figure out what I have left. So that's that one, and that's there. So that's my double green DMU. Yeah, so it's just my green DMU left, and then my Midland Pullman, which we all know I'm not going to run on this because it won't fit. But yeah, I'll do a separate video for my Midland Pullman, obviously at some point when I get some last bits for it and get it fully operational again. But I'll get this done, then go on to my green DMU quickly, and then we'll wrap up the video. Right, we're on to the last engine. I've already given this some oil, because it won't run without it. It's got power. I'm just going to push it towards the end so when it does jump, it doesn't actually achieve much. Doing this on wood is a highly questionable decision from me, considering the fact I know the sparks a lot. But we move. So if this video randomly ends, it's probably because it's caught fire. But no, it won't. I'll watch it. Anyway, with that being said, that's the power going off. And thank you for watching this video. I am now going to film another video later at some point on this, trying to fix it. And yeah, see you for that video. Bye. Bye.